I'm a filmy Kira, basically. I think I've seen Kati Patang about 12 times because I just threw myself in dancing. I tried my best to get into the creative world. Something, but I don't. Thank you. I randomly put in good Hindi words, and I'm very proud of myself sometimes. Because I say or as in like or kya chal raha hai, and I say it in a very or, but it's or. And oh God, in Broken But Beautiful shooting, how many times they corrected me. Like, I have hated that word ever since. I was not ready at all for any of this to happen. I don't think I understood the gravity of Sid's fan base until that exact day. Like, my parents even sometimes don't recognize me. They're like, "Hamari beti aise bhi lag sakti hai. Ye kya hua? Kuch pata na chale."
क्या हुआ प्यार तू जब कुछ पता हो गई ना चला।
तुम्हारी प्रॉब्लम क्या है मुझसे?
प्लीज अभी नहीं, बहुत अच्छी चढ़ी है।
Rumi, this guy here is just holding.
सब कुछ रूमी के हाथ में ब्रो।
She fucking killed it.
I'm a warrior. जीत लूंगी जो मेरा है।
Hi Sonia. How are you doing?
Good. How are you?
I'm good. So I cheers you. I know 12:30 बज रहे हैं रात के वहाँ US में. You should not be having coffee right now because you're probably going to sleep.
I know, it's dood. We're good.
I like your coffee mug. It says S. It has your initials.
Yeah, I made my mom buy it for me.
But Abhi, how is it going? Has it sunk in? The kind of excitement that you are seeing for Broken But Beautiful 2, 3, in fact, Bumble 3.
I mean, it's amazing. You know, I didn't imagine that we would get such an incredible response, and I'm overwhelmed and overjoyed and super excited because everything that you guys are seeing for the first time, I'm also seeing for the first time.
So is it good to say that you're super stoked? You're stoked or you're super stoked?
I'm super stoked.
So tell me the kind of DMs, the fan messages that you started receiving, because obviously Sidharth Shukla has an immense fan base. So just to warm up to that, how warm are the fans? What is the kind of love they are showing towards you? What is it like?
You know, they're showing so much love, and I'm just so grateful. I don't know what I deserve to get it, but I'm just so grateful. They're showering me with so much love, and I see all the reels and I see all of the Instagram stories, and I'm just shook. Like, wow. Yeah. I try to share or respond as much as I can, but yeah.
So Sonia, I have to confess that I was watching a couple of your interviews. I understand that obviously you're promoting the show and people want to know about the chemistry with Sidharth and, you know, what was it that went behind the backstage and everything of the show. I will obviously be asking about that, but later. I want to know your story because I never once got to see your story in those interviews. So I was kind of, you know, there was something missing. So I want to understand. I know it's like lamba jawab bhi ho sakta hai, chota jawab bhi ho sakta hai, but how did you decide to actually come into this part of this side of the industry? You know, your brother is also part of this industry, but from, you know, dancing, doing your little bit of roles that you did, you know, with the short films and Filter Coffee and everything that I keep seeing online, what was it that actually drew you towards कि मुझे acting करनी है and this is where I'm going to be, you know, working towards?
So actually, बचपन से ही सपना था. I'm a filmy Kira, basically, and my dad is a huge Bollywood fan, and जब बचपन में, I think I've seen Kati Patang about 12 times because he's that in love with the film. But yeah, I wanted to be an actress since I could remember. You know, there was never another career path for me as much as I wanted maybe there to be. But yeah, so since I was a kid, and I'm from San Diego, California, I grew up here. And I just threw myself in dancing. I tried my best to get into the creative world as best as I could. And, you know, I just went to India with no plan. And before that, I was in New York. I had gotten a job at a startup, but I would sneak out and I would go to classes and I would do off-Broadway shows. But I went to India with no plan. And I just started auditioning, and God was really kind, and I got something this quickly. And I just hope I deserved it, and I'm just working as hard as possible to know that I did.
But coming from California, I know that you're obviously, yeah, Hindustani is always a Hindustani, but I believe you had to work on your Hindi and everything, because obviously that's not the normal language that you used to speaking while you are out west. So what was it? I mean, did you take time to sink into the whole thing while you have to actually lambe dialogues bolne pad rahe hain, or was it okay for you?
I mean, of course, घर पे हम हरियाणवी बोलते हैं, वो हिंदी हरियाणवी, and so मेरी हिंदी में हरियाणवी लहजा आता है, so it's a little sing-songy. And
I say lehza, yaar. I mean, that's one word that not many people know. Be proud of it.
Thank you. I randomly put in good Hindi words, and I'm very proud of myself. But yeah, Hindi पे तो काम करना पड़ा, obviously, and the accent is so hard sometimes. क्योंकि मैं ना, I say और as in like और क्या चल रहा है, and I say it in a very और, but it's और. And oh God, in Broken But Beautiful shooting, how many times they corrected me. Like, I have hated that word ever since. But there's so many, yeah, I had to work on Hindi for sure. And I still am continuing to.
Sonia, so tell me, how do you pronounce or? So, I mean, a lot of your fans are joining here. A lot of Sidharth's fans are obviously joining, sending in all the questions that they can. But, before I actually get into that, you tell me, there's so much talk about the chemistry, the vibe, and it's all about chemistry. It's a love story that we're talking about over here. You have to be believable, all right? So, the fact that you guys met each other for the very first time, did not know one another, how did you hit it off? What was that one thing that was the icebreaker?
That's a great question. I think it was definitely, so one of the first dates, I think it was the first or the second day, and we were doing this scene. It was a very emotional scene, and I was a little nervous because it was my first time on a set, and it was my first emotional scene, and I'm used to being on camera, but I'm not used to having 40 other people watching me behind camera. And I had to cry, and I had to, like, it was a full-on emotional scene, and मेरे को रोना नहीं आ रहा था, and I was like, मैं acting भूल गई हूँ क्या? And so I had to put, and we were doing retakes, and I had to put some gliss in my eyes so that some tears started coming down. And I remember Sid just came up to me. He was like joking around the whole time, whatever. He was like talking to everybody on set. He comes up to me, he holds my hand, he's like, why are you crying? Why are you crying? It's okay, it happens to everybody. Like, it's fine that we're doing retakes. Don't worry about it. You're fine. Like, you're a good actress. And I was like, no, I'm not crying for this. I'm crying for the scene. And that was the first time we kind of like broke the ice or made fun of each other. And from there, it was just constant making fun of me and joking around.
There is a particular side of Sidharth Malhotra that his fans know about. I mean, I'm sure they know almost everything about him. But what is this one side as a co-actor that you really related with, that you really loved about, Sidharth? What was it one thing that was, very warm or whatever? I mean, that's your totally, your take on Sidharth and your working vibe like.
I think something about him that I personally want to imbibe as well was that he just has this ability to make everybody around him so comfortable. Doesn't matter if he's known you for centuries or he just met you that day. Anybody who came who was new to set, they would just immediately feel like they were at home or they fit in. And he has that aura. He has that ability to just make people feel included, and that was very warm. And I wish I can do that too.
Okay. So how was when you were offered this? First of all, tell me, how did you actually go about being chosen for this role, and how did it come about? How were you offered this?
People keep asking me this, but it wasn't that crazy of a story. I auditioned very normally. It came through a casting director. And then I did a second round. It also came from a casting director, except with some few notes in a different scene. And then the third round was I got on a Zoom call with my director, Priyanka, and she just told me a little more about Rumi and the character and her relationships with people and how she is, how she talks. And then I did that. And then 2 weeks later, I got a call from producers that I got the job.
Wow. That's some story. I mean, I have to say it. Okay. So what I'm going to do now is, let's make it a little more interesting. I want you to hold your coffee cup, okay? This is my version of never have I ever. I'll give you these instances. If these things have happened in your life, you will take a sip and you will tell me the story behind it. कि क्या हुआ था? सिर्फ sip लेके नहीं छोड़ूंगी मैं. You take a sip and tell me the story behind it.
Okay. I love games. Let's do it.
Let's begin. Take a sip. If the Sidharth Shukla and Sid Nas fan base hit you like a storm and you were intimidated by the kind of fan following that these guys are, when did you first realize?
Yeah, I mean, it hit me like a storm. I remember when just the reveal of me at Sid, just that same day I was flooded and I was like, I was not ready. I was not ready at all for this, any of this to happen. I don't think I understood the gravity of Sid's fan base until that exact day.
My God. Yeah, it is kind of crazy, which I don't think you have you seen Big Boss, the season where Sidharth and Sonias
No,
were there?
I haven't. And you know, I made it a point not to, even after I found out that he was playing opposite me. I didn't watch any of his interviews or read any articles of his or watch Big Boss because I didn't want any preconceived notions before going to meet him. I wanted to, you know, so I just judged him for myself, I guess.
Okay, you're also a dancer. Take a sip if you have broken into a dance at the most weirdest of locations. I mean, what was the location, if at all, that has happened?
So every Christmas, my family does this thing where it changes every year, but we go on dates with different members of the extended family. And we do these dares. And one time my brother dared me in the middle of the mall to just start dancing to no music. So it was the food court and I was in the middle of the mall and I just started dancing.
Yes. Take a sip. This is the third one. Take a sip if you have been starstruck on your shoot set, on your own shoot set.
No.
Never. What's your process? If I may ask, what's your process when you go for your shoots, when you are on the set? Every actor has a process. If I have to ask Sonia Rathee, what's her process like? What is it like?
When I go on a set, like for a scene and stuff?
Yeah.
I don't know. I think honestly, I'm still figuring it out. Different things work for different people, and I also realize that. So I kind of experiment. Sometimes I will take my moment alone. Sometimes I'll just goof around and just go into the scene. And I don't know. I think I'm still figuring that out. I don't think I have a specific answer for you yet.
Right. Okay. Take a sip if you have ever written or received a love letter, like proper pen and paper love letter in your life. Not even received.
Nope.
Oh God, are you not from that generation?
No.
Generation.
We get these long texts, but I've never gotten even like a love letter in a text either.
Okay. All right. Take a sip if you have ever cut your own hair all by yourself.
Yeah.
You have? You're not scared?
Yeah, but like not crazy. Like I cut off split ends and stuff. I did do a good job.
But it's not like a new sort of a hobby because of the lockdown. US with the lockdown hair.
Oh no. This is when I was like 14. Otherwise, I have not touched my hair.
Okay, all right. Haryanvis and the aura that they command. Every Haryanvi has a crazy story to tell me. At least my Haryanvi friends have. So I want to know from Sonia, if at all, take a sip. If you ever have gotten into a crazy fight or a brawl with somebody in school, college. Nahi? Really? Okay, all right. Okay.
I wish I had sometimes, to be honest. I have that side inside of me, but nobody has made me that angry where I'm just like,
Okay.
I go all out.
All right. Take a sip if you have told on your brother to your parents. Like, if one of
All
a
the
big
time.
secret. Now, what happened after that, I want to know. I will obviously not ask the secret.
No, nothing. I mean,
That must be a brawl.
Yeah, actually, if I've ever gotten into a brawl with someone, it was Ankur all the time, and we still do today. Um, but no, I mean, I never told on him for big things. That I would keep a good secret. I'm a good sister like that. But when it's small things like बर्तन अंकुर को करने थे लेकिन अंकुर ने झूठ बोल दिया, I'm like अंकुर ने बर्तन नहीं करे, मैंने बर्तन, like stuff like that, and then we don't get into a brawl, but he just calls me things.
Okay, all right. Okay, so since you have an interesting profile, Instagram, and you call yourself, obviously it says actor, dancer, and bathroom singer, right? So let's talk about the dancer part. So what I'm going to ask you is, I know window is very chota. So you, I'm sure being a dancer, remember certain hook steps of all these famous Bollywood songs. So you will tell me whatever hand movement hook steps that you remember, whatever you remember.
I can try.
All right. So one's very easy. मुझे तो नहीं आता, but फिर भी चिकनी चमेली.
चिकनी चमेली something, but I don't know it. I'm really bad at that. I need to watch these again.
Okay, Hrithik Roshan's. So what was that song?
That one. This I know. Yeah.
All right. Oh, Jaane Jana.
Oh, Jani Jana, Dune Tujhe Deewana. I know this. That one I know.
Wow. Okay. Last one. Illegal Weapon. The song with Mundia and all.
I have no idea.
What was that song? Dada tu umeed mat rakh Sonia or something.
Yeah. I know the song you're talking about. Na 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 na. Yeah, I know that song. I don't know the hook step.
Okay, all right.
Sorry.
Now comes the singer part. What I'm going to do is I will, add a little zing to it. Since we were talking about how you learned your Hindi, how you actually did your dialogues. So I'm going to narrate these Bollywood songs in English.
Okay.
It's a English translation of the Hindi Gana. You guess the song, very simple. And sing it.
Oh, okay.
Okay, first one. You came closer, you smiled and showed...
You मुस्कुराए, तुमने न जाने क्या सपने दिखाए. That was good. That was easy.
See, I'm not that you are. The first one's always the easy one.
Oh shit.
The second one. Okay. Last night's intoxication hasn't yet gone from my eyes. My arms haven't released your alluring body. Guess.
Wait, start again. Kal raat something.
Last night's intoxication hasn't gone from my eyes. My heart, my arms hasn't released your alluring. What is it?
I don't know.
What is it? Okay, let's literally translate.
Kal raat.
Last night's intoxication. Kal
raat ki.
Raat ka nasha.
I'm just. Raat ka nasha abhi aag se gaya nahi. That one.
See, you got it? I think, but I didn't. Okay.
Yeah. Thank you. I needed a little push.
All right. Okay. Third one. Use your heart to light your smoke, dear. The heart is full of fire.
Use your heart
to light your smoke, dear. The heart is full of fire.
Dil
Use your heart.
Dil istemal karo. What
Use
do
your
I
heart. Heart. Use your heart to light your smoke, dear.
अंग लगा दे.
No. Something with
What is
something
it?
similar. It's in the same genre.
Yeah,
it's an item number. It has Bipasha in it.
Oh shit. No. I don't know. Oh, I chikni nahi. Pawa chada ke. What is that? What is that?
That's Chikni Chameli.
I said chikni. I just said chikni chameli.
No, that's not the one. बीड़ी जले ले, जिगर
Oh.
से पिया, जिगर में बड़ी आग है. Now you have to sing it.
बीड़ी जलाई ले मतलब बीड़ी जलाई ले का कुछ नहीं बोला.
Use your heart to light your smoke, dear. बीड़ी जलाई ले, जिगर से पिया.
Oh. Yeah, you're right. Okay, that was my mistake. That was hard, okay?
Alright, the last one. This you should guess.
Okay.
पता नहीं मैंने ठीक से translate किया है कि नहीं, but what just happened? I didn't get to know.
ये क्या हुआ? कुछ पता ना चला.
Thank God for that. You get that.
Yeah, honestly, if I didn't get that one, I would be in trouble.
I swear. Okay, this is by Ridhima. She wants to know the one thing that you identify with from your character. One thing that Sonia has, which was part of Rumi's, entire thing.
Hi, Ridhima. So there are a few things that Rumi has that is actually quite relatable to me. I mean, she's a girl she's in her 20s and she's figuring life out every day. And I don't know about you, but I am. And I ask myself almost every day, what am I doing with my life? So she's going through that crisis and she's figuring it out. And, she has an extreme amount of emotions and she has a lot of complicated relationships in her life that she's figuring it out. And we all have those, maybe not that extreme of anger or frustration, but we have them somewhere in our lives. But other than that, Rumi is very different than me. Like the way she walks and talks, nobody can. People who know me are very shocked that I played a character like Rumi. Like my parents even sometimes don't recognize me. They're like, "Hamari beti aise bhi lag sakti hai." Matlab, I'm usually a jodi, and Rumi is so put together. So yeah.
Okay, Sonia Rathee fan page wants to know about your favorite actor and singer. Who would that be?
My favorite singer is Arijit Singh. My favorite actor, actor or actress? I'll answer both. That's tough.
Yeah,
I don't want to answer. Never mind. I take that back.
Because you just like the characters. I mean, anybody who performs a certain character, you fall in love with that character. How are you supposed to just pick one actor?
Exactly. There's so many, and I mean, like going from childhood crush is Shah Rukh Khan, but like I've collected so many over the years that I would have to name 3 or 4. But I really love Alia Bhatt. Alia Bhatt, Anushka Sharma, and growing up like Madhuri, and now Ranbir Kapoor, Ranbir Singh, they're great. I think Vicky Kaushal is amazing. Ayushmann Khurrana. There's too many. Like I can't.
Yeah, a lot of them. All right, I keep seeing a lot of Agmi. So what do you have to say about this hashtag that the fans of Broken But Beautiful Sidharth and your fans have to say about Agmi hashtag?
I have to say that it's really cool. I didn't know these things existed, to be honest. This is my first experience with something like it. So मुझे तो बहुत मजा आ रहा है. I didn't know like ऐसी चीजें होती हैं. Honestly, I don't even have a Twitter. So half of the time it's trending on Twitter and I don't even get to see a lot of those things. But everybody's been tagging me with the hashtag Agni on Instagram, and it's really cool to see everything that people come up with.
Right. But anything that you want to say to them before actually addressing your fans, or anything about Broken But Beautiful that you'd like?
One, I would just like to thank you guys. Man, you guys are showering so much love. I don't know what I deserve to get it, but thank you so much. And just as excited as you are, I'm also just as excited. And I hope that you like the show as much as you like the trailer. And I hope you guys are staying at home and you're staying safe. And I hope the show just puts a little bit of a smile on your face.